Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. I am stoked you're here. Thank you, thank you. Special shout out and thank you to the channel members. Thank you all very much. Your support means everything to me. And for those of you who might be new coming through or haven't had a chance yet, haven't felt so inclined, if you get the chance and you're up for it, please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon next to it. Notify you when I release new content. And lastly, I will just promote my Instagram because I've been posting pocket dumps, daily carries, when I switch up pocket dumps, stuff like that over there. Same handle is here at jevans_knifeaddict_life. So guys, I'm going to start out with saying this has been kind of a whirlwind Amazon buy, and I've felt a lot of different ways that we'll talk about in this video, but this is a knife that I picked up when I was searching for some Eafengrow titanium knives. I'd seen a couple of pretty cool videos of some Eafengrows titanium thick overbuilt knives. So as I was looking through Amazon one night late, I came across this and it looked familiar, of course, because it's a reinterpretation, or it doesn't claim to be what it looks like. It claims to be an Eafengrow EF225. So I picked it up just to see what it was going to be like. This knife is titanium. I'll start out with just the facts about the knife, right? And then how I feel about the knife, which is a little bit dirty, but again, I don't understand how Jeff Bezos and Amazon, or how the company whose this knife looks very much like, allows it to be sold. And I can only assume that there's some kind of understanding there to, one of the weird things about this particular Eafengrow is it's the only Eafengrow, or Eafengrow, however you say that I've been able to find. And I've heard from some community members that they also have some that have absolutely no branding, no billboarding, no EF on the blade, which I find a little bit sus because most of their knives are pretty heavily branded. So the construction of this knife is titanium slabs, washers, and a D2 blade. It has a blade stop here, which are also thumb studs that could be used as thumb studs if you wanted to. It's got a deployment hole. It has a sharpening choil. It has a finger choil. It is very, very sharp. I cut with it on the unboxing. You guys might have seen. I don't think I have anything to cut. I've got a business card I could cut, but that doesn't really show you anything, except the knife is very sharp. So the Eafengrow EF225, the elephant in the room is, to me, it looks exactly like another knife. I've not held said other knife or actually experienced said other knife. I take that back. I've got a good friend, Dark Gravity, who has a version of this maker's knife. I'm not sure if it's the same size or if this even corresponds with a accurate sizing in their model lineup, the other company, the USA made company. So that's where I almost didn't know, should I even bring this knife more attention? Should I do a review on it? Should I give my overview, my thoughts? Well, to be 100% transparent, as I always am, I feel like I have to talk about the knife. I have to talk about it in a couple of different ways, and it causes me cognitive dissonance. Because in one way, this knife at $65.95, something like that, is a tremendous value. The knife operates as well as I could expect. It locks up very authentically, or with authority, so to speak. You don't have to flip it open hard for the lock bar to engage. I love the rustic look. It's, you can also get this EF225 with a carbon fiber side and a dark titanium lock side. I just wanted to go kind of with the simple because I, to be honest with you, thought when this knife came in, I would not have the feelings that were a struggle inside, because to me, this knife looks like a ripoff. People will say, well, John, that's obviously a ripoff. Well, if you Google, and believe me, I have, and you look at counterfeiting, there's a whole brand identity branding. For example, the bug outs that you see on eBay that aren't legit, they say Benchmade bug out. This nowhere in the description, nowhere on Amazon, nowhere on the blade is it claiming to be anything other than an Eafengrow EF225. So my first question that I would like Amazon, I don't know what and how they view this. I don't know if the company has come to this company and done some type of agreement to say, hey, look, y'all, I don't know. All I know is it looks like another knife. I would never try to put it off as another knife. But if I was talking to somebody who is looking for an overbuilt knife, when I say overbuilt, guys, just to give you some idea in size, then we'll do some. That's a Medford Marauder H, or excuse me, Mini Marauder. And that is a Hinderer XM18. So this knife, to me, is pretty much in that overbuilt category, similar to these that are some of my favorite knives in my collection, the Hinderer and the Mini Marauder. And if you compare this to like a normal knife, just for size comparisons, when I say normal, that's kind of in jest, but look at it next to the Cold Steel 4MAX. Whoops. Let's get them on screen. So it is nearly as large as that Cold Steel 4MAX, and it is longer than a Spyderco Paramilitary 2. So looking at it as a tool, taking away the weirdness that I don't understand about how it's able to be sold, along with these knives that Eafengrow offers on Amazon, and I'll put a link to Eafengrow on Amazon, because every other knife that they offer in an overbuilt knife that's in the same price point is either going to be in D2 or 14C, and they look like an overbuilt knife, kind of familiar to me, but they don't look exactly like something, if that makes sense. So it's really kind of a struggle to talk about this as a legitimate tool when I've got this weird feeling hanging over my head. But for this overview, for this thoughts, I think you guys can tell that it makes me feel somehow a little dirty. I would hope it wouldn't make everybody feel that way. I just don't get it as much. But that aside, if I'm looking at it strictly as a tool, a $65 cutting tool, hard work tool, if somebody was looking for something that's built with washers, that's built with heavy materials, that's going to stand up, a 9-inch knife with a 4-inch blade, a little over 5-inch handle, a grip of 5 inches to a choil, a comfortable heavy use knife for $65, I cannot think of a downside to the operation, the blade shape, which is obviously an influenced or a copy of another well-known knife. Of course, it's going to work well, but what struck me is the action, the balance of the knife, the cutting edge of the knife, the grinds being even on the knife. I've put no lubrication in this. This is just the lubrication from when it came to me from Amazon. It came Amazon Prime. I ordered it on a Wednesday. I got it on a Thursday or a Friday. So it was a super quick, which makes me think that this Amazon has these staged all over the country, along with the other Eafengrows, because they can all be delivered for me as a Prime member in a couple of days. And, I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel about the brand, because one, I know in my gut that I don't know how this started, but I'm sure it started as this design being liberally copied because of, the manufacturer country of origin not really looking at those copyright laws or things like that, right? But then I see it for sale on an American company where I know that they're legit in what they allow. And yeah, it's not being called anything except an Eafengrow EF225, but it looks just like, you know, another manufacturer's USA made knife. Um, Guys, there's absolutely no lock stick on this knife. This knife is built amazingly well. What can I say except for, as a tool, as a knife, this if this was an appealing design to me and looked different, I would have no problem giving this a 10 out of 10 and saying they hit a home run. Maybe I should have picked up one of the knives that I don't like as much, that looks a little bit more generic, so to speak. So I could have not had the dirty feeling of what this looks like. But you know, I'm looking for feedback from you guys. As you can tell, I've been carrying it. I've been using it. I'm not worried about beating it up. I want to see kind of what it's got, what it can handle. And so far, guys, so good. You know, I've got snail trails on it. I've got um, it's perplexing on the knife, still perfectly centered. I'm not taking it apart yet. I need to do that. To take it apart and check out, you know, but right now it doesn't need anything. I mean, it's got washers, it's got, I just hit my finger on that. It's got some kind of lithium grease or some type of grease on the actual washers, and the action is just fluid. So there's absolutely no side to side, no up and down. Fit and finish is perfect. So again, guys, leave me some comments about how you feel about this knife, how I should feel about this knife, why Amazon allows this to go on, if it's something that maybe none of us in the community are aware of because they've decided that a cease and desist isn't going to work and they've just come up with something. Who knows? But I would think that if this was my design and I went to Jeff Bezos or went to Amazon, that they could, you know, stop it from being sold. But I don't know that. I'm not a copyright lawyer. I'm not an infringement lawyer. I'm a knife lover. And I can tell you, based on the fact that this is a knife that is punches way above its weight, guys. It's just, yeah. Eafengrow, if you look at their overbuilt knives and you see one that looks a little more original and you like the look of it, I don't know how it's going to compare to a knife like this, but I can tell you that this knife, from a fit and finish, you can see the phosphorus bronze washers in there. Just a simple 2 chunks of titanium, a back spacer, and a blade. This is a winner, guys. But again, it looks like something else. So let me know your thoughts. Know that I'm not trying to promote. This is an overview that I struggled with when I even put this out, is how do I share the way I feel? And the way my channel set up is, this knife has caused me a lot of feels that haven't always been good because I've been struggling with it. But I had to share it. I couldn't just like do the unboxing and leave it to the side. And, you know, it's not how I work here. So on the merits of what it is, a knife, it's good. It's a good knife. That's all I know to say. And it looks like somebody else's knife, like a blatant ripoff. However, it's not calling itself said other knife's name. It's calling itself an Eafengrow 225. Guys, I'm not going to ramble anymore. I just wanted to share this with you. Look forward to seeing what you guys think. How you could fall on this side and either enjoy this knife or get this knife out of your possession, or what's the basic deal? You know, what do we do? I can tell you that if you put a lanyard on here, it's through this lanyard hole, you're probably going to eventually cut through it, because that tip, even though I can't get to it, it definitely encroaches on that lanyard hole. So there's something shitty about the knife. Besides, it looks like another knife that's kind of shitty. Not the other knife being shitty, but the fact that it took liberty with another knife. But again, I don't know the whole story. So based on what it is, guys, most important thing, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the content, to watch the video. I don't want you to think that I'm going to start bringing suspect knives on here and try to tell you they're great. That's not how I roll. I'm just giving you my 100% honest, objective thoughts on this knife. As a knife, fantastic as what it's trying to be, I don't flicking know, you know. But guys, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you think I'm a prick. Love you all. Please look out to the guy and girl on your left. Please look out for that guy or girl on your right. Please continue to look out for each other. Keep love in your heart. Choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.